It may seem that the story of you is chaotic. However, in reality, it is not. The more stories you pass through, the more likely you will be to piece it into one whole picture. Use every possible opportunity. The truth is somewhere close.
Well, hello there. I am recording this at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going through Steam, being tired, drunk, as I normally am, buying shit, had to clean $40. Came across this, as I was going through reviews. I want to play a good game. No reviews. Not in not in English. I was gonna say our language, not in English. So, I mean, relatively cheap. I figured out why not. I like games like this. It's, choice based. Makes you think. I like those kind of things. So, without further ado,
I suppose I will start at the very beginning.
oh, do I have to click it? Oh, I do have to click it. Okay, that makes sense.
Chapter 1.
Do I have to click it after the chapter? Oh, I click it after every. Okay.
Once upon a time, there lived you. Despite his unusual name, his life was hardly any different from others. It was an unusually usual day when he was getting ready to go to work. 2 hours of sleep. What a formality, he said to himself, glancing at his watch.
Sleep. What a formality.
He was used to working at night, just as he was used to never having days off. That morning, the buttons on his shirt were fastened faster than usual.
I wonder what these are for. I know that's deposit, obviously, but
This was not by chance. The tear-off calendar boldly declared Friday, April 3rd.
not bad. Friday, April 3rd.
It reminded him that there were only 3 workdays before his holiday, and there was no room for mistakes. His room in a communal apartment was not very big, so it did not take him long to pack. Having got dressed, he quietly walked past the neighbors' rooms into the hallway. Somebody was snoring loudly in the furthest room, which caused you to smile for some reason.
Why?
He walked up to the front door and accidentally stepped on a pile of letters. Picking up the envelopes, he saw his name on one of them. You automatically put it in his pocket and walked out.
You automatically put it in his pocket and walked out? He walked up the front door and stepped on a pile of letters. You automatically, that's... So is you his name?
The thought that next Sunday, a huge stone would be removed from the entrance to the crypt of his existence by the power of labor legislation kept you going.
Wait, what? The thought that next Sunday a huge stone would be removed from the entrance, alright, to his crypt of his existence by the power of labor legislation kept you going. I assume I'm not timed. Alright, so he got up, he did everything a little faster this morning. He buttoned faster, he did all that. And he's in a good mood, which makes me think he should read the letter. Thinks he would have the time to read the letter. It makes me think that.
Glancing at the address line, a chill went through Yu's body for a split second. From Darina.
Darina seems like a stupid name, personally.
Yu was confused by the seal on the envelope, indicating the place of departure.
That's
No leaf grad.
That's gonna be confusing. I am confused. Nola. I was.
Is she really coming back to Cannot? You wondered?
Oh my god, really? This is.
Dear you, my doctor's suspicions are confirmed. I have the same disease that struck you. I thought it over and decided that we need to break up. It may seem that things like that should bring people closer, but it would be unfair to myself. We can have our last date on the morning of April 3rd in the Seafront
That's
Cafe.
today.
And then I will leave Cannot and go abroad. He felt dizzy.
Well. Okay. If it's your last date. Okay, I'm saying you gotta screw work if you're gonna get a letter from someone. So if they took their time to write a letter, I'm saying the last time you'll ever see them, if it were me, I would so rather go to the cafe.
Although you suffered from excessive hypochondria, he really had an incurable illness. He clearly remembered the day when he heard the diagnosis. Since that moment, he stopped counting new birthmarks on his body.
Okay.
He seemed shaken up after reading the letter, but not surprised. He tried to squeeze out a tear to see if he was still capable of showing emotions. Alas, he just welled up a little.
Oh, dang.
You decided that it was because he had drunk a large amount of coffee, which dehydrated his already dried up body.
You need to drink some water. Little health shout out. Drink your water. Drink your water. You'll be amazed.
Approaching the seafront, he tried to spot Dorina.
Okay. We're gonna go see Dorina at the marina. Give or take.
It did not take him long to find her. There she was, at the cafe table. She probably had no clue how much he appreciated her starting the conversation.
Why didn't he put the emphasis on her? Did you hear that? He's like, appreciated her starting the conversation. I think he'd be appreciated her, because he wouldn't want to start the conversation.
Usually, you are late.
And if you use your name, why would you say that? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna nitpick this all the time. I'm sorry.
I am tired. I hope you understand me. But he did not. Having overcome his anxiety, he squeezed out a handful of words.
Ask her to stay, agree with parting. Alright, so if she's gonna have, if she has the disease he has, apparently, there's a disease, and although he would want her to stay, but you can't force someone to stay with you if you have a disease or anything like that. You can't do that. That's unfair to them. I say you have to agree with the parting. You have to say what's best for them. You gotta be selfless.
He seemed to be ready for such an outcome, and did not hold a
Good.
grudge against her.
Good. Good.
Nodding goodbye to her, you hurried to work.
Alright, hopefully you're not late.
He was almost there when he saw his boss enter
Uh-oh.
the office building. He took it as his personal failure,
Why?
although his watch showed that he still had several minutes.
If you still had several minutes, doesn't matter when the boss gets there. The boss can get there as late as he wants. You gotta watch it. You gotta look at your watch, man. Come on.
You had barely got into the office when he noticed two male silhouettes behind him. He turned around and saw his boss and a man he had never seen before, a little further away. To avoid unnecessary explanations, you took a badge from his table and pointed to it.
You took a badge? What?
Yes, despite the fact that there was no live communication with clients, the work charter required to wear a name tag, probably to remember your name. Wow, that's a very unusual name. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
It is the only unusual detail of my life.
Well, dang.
An awkward pause hung in the
No
air.
shit. No
The
shit.
boss standing behind Frank frowned and cast a reproachful glance at you. Frank is our security guard starting today.
That's good. I clicked. Okay.
Oh, we have nothing to. A security guard. Some of my important documents are missing.
Uh-oh.
There are only two of us. What kind of documents?
Oh, so he thinks he did it. He thinks you did it.
That I cannot tell you. You mean you suspect me? No, I do not.
Yes, he does.
Eliminating any opportunity to continue
Yes,
the
he does.
conversation, the boss turned around and went into his office. The room plunged into silence. You got down to some clerical work. You was sitting at his sturdy desk, imagining again and again how the shelves, stocked with books on jurisprudence, would break loose due to their own weight from friable concrete and break his head.
What? Would break?
Allowing himself a little break, you took his diary from his table drawer and made a note.
God, that's so confusing. Allowing himself a little break. He took his diary from his table.
I never took a plate of soup at school lunches, even when I really wanted to. I was afraid to spill it in front of everyone,
Understandable.
but I could put it on the table, which seems to be my life's pattern.
That's understandable.
Feeling some satisfaction from writing that, he resumed work. There was a rustle of the janitor's broom and the trill of birds outside the window. More accurate than the clock, you thought?
What was more accurate than the clock?
Chapter 2.
Whoa, okay, chapter 2. How many chapters are there, I wonder? Or is that what that thing is in the big old thing? Is it gonna have a...
On the second day of work, every sip of coffee came out of his nose as blood.
Well, then your job must suck, I guess. I don't know.
Covering his nose with his hand, you went to the restroom.
Okay. Whole screen for coughing.
Excuse me. I wish I could narrate a little faster and keep you from getting bored. But it is difficult in my condition.
Alright, well, I'm sorry.
Let's continue.
Okay, let's do that.
Returning to his workplace, you saw Frank sitting at his table and leafing through his personal diary. Such violation of personal boundaries, it seemed, was about to put you out of temper.
You can't... you're working with that person. You can't be that mad at him. But it looks like he probably has a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff he wants to hide. But you can't be a douche. But if it were me, I probably would just snatch it back. But I don't want to be a douche. Okay, if it were me, and I went to the bathroom, yada yada yada, came back, went through that, I would be like, hey, what the hell, blah blah blah, I'd probably snatch it back. You shouldn't. You should be
You
nice.
gripped his diary and unexpectedly for himself pushed Frank to the wall, knocking a chair out from under him.
What, dude? When you say snatch it from him, I don't think you mean like WWE on him, like shit. Out of nowhere.
The shelves above Yu's desk shook
No.
and fell on Frank, lying in a fetal position, covering his head with his hands.
No, dude. No.
You did not hear the sound of the shells falling.
Well, you should be looking at him, I would assume.
There was nothing but inner noise in his head. Engulfed with righteous anger, you stood over the defeated guard.
What the hell? Dude, I didn't want it to be like this, okay?
The holes from the missing parquet boards under his head were slowly filled with crimson stream.
What is happening? What? Okay. Alright. This time, I'll ask him. But that makes me want to go back to the other ones and do the other ones just to see what would happen. But alright, I'll ask him to go back.
Give it to me.
That's not really a question. You said ask. That's not a question mark.
Here, take it. I was curious.
Frank's a security guard and sounds like that.
In a moment, you hid his diary in the drawer of his desk. I am sorry if I offended you. The incident seemed to be over, but Frank's intrusive nature got the better of him. Can I ask you a question? Why does everyone in your notes die?
Oh no. I guess answer? I mean, I don't know. I guess answer?
Perhaps the lack of communication affected you. Unexpectedly for himself, he answered the question directly. I'm not sure, but it seems to me that the desire to kill a self-protagonist in a text takes root in the desire to alienate the described situations from a real self. You said it as if he had prepared an answer to this question a long time ago, or at least he had thought about it before. Silence set in. Frank was embarrassed by his answer and tried to look understanding. Well, more likely that it is just easier to kill.
That is true. Which is probably why a lot of movies and stuff, people die at the end. It's so much easier to just end it, be like, whoop, they died. Oh well. Then, just saying.
The office phone rang.
I mean, it's an office. It's an office, you need to answer. So, the simple question. It's an office.
As soon as you came up to the phone, the ringing stopped.
Okay.
He barely returned to his desk when the phone rang again.
No, man, don't be doing that. It's still an office. Is it gonna keep doing this, I wonder?
As soon as you came up to the phone,
The ring stopped. It rang again. I'm gonna keep doing this. I wanna see what happens.
as soon as you,
I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing this until it says something
as
different.
soon as he barely returned to,
I really hope I don't miss something different on these.
as soon as you came,
It stopped.
he barely
Phone ring again. Answer the call. Come on.
As soon
there's
as you-
gotta be something different.
he barely returned to his desk. As soon, he barely,
Alright, this is the last time.
as soon as you, he,
Alright, I guess I'll just go to that one more time. Trick the
As
game.
soon as you...
Trick the game. Trick the game. Trick the game. No, I didn't. Alright, usually that's like 3 times. It's not gonna be, it shouldn't be that many.
The ringing bored into his skull. You was buzzing together with the receiver. You involuntarily took off, but his head started spinning,
What?
and he was seeing dark spots. Holding onto the
Whoa,
railing,
okay.
you slid down the stairs and jumped out onto the street. He ran into his boss at the door, who stood there smoking.
Shouldn't smoke.
Go to bed now. You can give me the rest of the papers tomorrow.
Makes me think if he's talking about other papers.
He did not have any strength left to work anyway. Although he left some things in the office, Yu was not in a hurry to go back. He sat down on the doorstep to rest. His vision was not particular. You
Shit,
livened
I
a
accidentally
little.
pressed that. I didn't mean
A
to.
welcoming grin appeared on his face.
Shit. Alright, well.
Hi, Max. Why are you not at work? I dismissed my students a little early. How are you feeling? As usual, another night shift.
Okay, so night shift, but
If
you're in an
I was your
office building.
father, I would have fired you long ago.
Your father. So that boss is his father?
What will be left for me then? Max answered with a question. Do you want me to take your shift?
Do you want someone else to take your shift? I mean, if you can't work, someone else wants to take your shift, why not?
They let me go. But there is still a lot of work to do. Okay, I will talk to your father. Don't you dare.
Why can't you talk to your father?
Max had a fit of grunting coughing, to Yu's surprise. Max tried to hide it very hard, but Yu noticed blood on his palms, which he quickly hid in his pocket.
Coughing up blood.
Yu decided to play along with his old friend, pretending that the latter had not given his secret away.
His secret.
Max tried to quietly wipe the traces of blood with a handkerchief, the corner of which was still visible from the pocket of his coat. The handkerchief was way too familiar.
Why would it be familiar though? What happened?
It was Darina's handkerchief.
Oh shit. I forgot about Darina in the marina. Damn. Shit. I mean, if you saw blood, whether you thought it was Darina's or not, if you saw blood, you should still talk to him, right? That's weird how it says don't show your mind. That's weird. I would ask. Ask what was that?
What was that?
Yes, what was that?
What do you mean? I have a cold. There have been droughts in my classroom for 3 days. Yu looked at his own hands, counting his fingers.
Why? Did he say something about fingers?
Boring, but quite expected. They were all there.
What? I would hope so.
He was clearly weaker than his friend was, but, having lost control of himself, he grabbed Max by the front of his shirt, which led to a clumsy
Why?
grab.
He was clearly weaker, but having lost control of himself. What do you mean lose control of yourself? What do you mean by that, dude? I made the wrong choice, didn't I? This is about to end.
Max pushed Yu against his shoulder in an attempt to break away.
Push you against his shoulder and attempt to break away. And they go into
Because
the
of an
street.
insult or uneven
Oh,
stones in the
no.
pavement, Yu lost his balance and fell down, hitting the curb with the back of his head.
And you die.
As if examining a painting, Yu fixed his dying look on his fingers and counted them. He counted them again and again.
What is happening? Alright, I am back. That took forever. So you Luscious, do not show your mind. You should play it cool.
Yu said goodbye, refusing a favor, and went away. Coming home, Yu could barely stand on his feet. Notwithstanding his lack of sleep and fatigue, he could not fall asleep.
That sucks. That really sucks.
The day flashed in his head on repeat. As for the breakup, he did not see himself as the victim. On the contrary, the entire time during his relationship with Darina, Yu wondered, why did she love him? Drained of all strength and weak in spirit from birth.
Well, that's sad.
He did not anymore. Dizziness and pain subsided. At some point, he even thought about calling a doctor, just to make sure that he was still alive. But sleep took its toll. Chapter 3.
Alright. With that, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. I've been recording this for far too long, because it takes forever, because there's a little lag between every time you click the button. So, I'm enjoying this so far. It's confusing with the U's and stuff, and leaving, I'm guessing it's a town called Cannot. So, leave Cannot, but that's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of thought-provoking, but anyway, thank you so much for watching.